I have had friends make off with girlfriends. I have been jilted after one-night stands. Clint Eastwood did not collect the names of the people who did that to me and go after them. To the contrary, he promised them revenge on my snitching about it, calling me a crybaby. Okay. It's well known that I've investigated the semiotics of Hitler's revenge and arrived at the conclusion that Hollywood helped Lenin fake his assassination so that he could disappear from the scene of a mass kill and drug overdose suicides. And that this research discovery of mine is opposed by those who went along with it, claiming no end of support for Leslie Sonetta Katz. Exonerated Gail Burston, who wrote letters they claim mysteriously tie me to the Lenin assassination. Therefore, I am under attack for not understanding them, while she was free to go for having written them. This is not a mystery. This is the cashing in of the chips in an ideological squabble between UW Dialectical and the humanist my father was at the University of Pittsburgh, or how he represented himself. The humanism of the World War II generation that tried to fight segregation with affirmative action, thereby proving themselves pale white hypocrites or something similar at this. So, the discovery that Israel was, as I claimed, in 1994 out for revenge for Auschwitz does not dissuade them that it was right to support and build momentum for Israel. Even though they say now that they oppose the extermination in Gaza. There's no reason for them to question the premises that virginity proves rape. And because virginity proves rape, Fripp, having dropped his pick, proves that Jimmy Queerball could have saved John Lennon. Therefore, the sandbaggers should build momentum for the Israelis in their extermination of Gaza and then cry about it publicly. Just so we know where it all stands. Was there ever any reason to question that story? Well, I know a few people who think it's ridiculous that I would be blamed for the murder of John Lennon. So, at least a few people think it's ridiculous on its face. Are there any other reasons? Gay, ill, and Les Lie are similar phonetic nom de guerres. They're virtually homophones for the way the operation went. Gail speaks of a Leslie who looks like a mouse and calls her 74 the best number. Leslie used to wait at Forbes and Murray, the crossroads that Gail Burston refers to, Mr. Rogers' church, where Matt Marcus worked in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Burning girl's arms gangrenous, who was introduced to me by Leslie Katz. With the words, hide here under my cloak, she waited for the 74A, the bus, to go home there. Those aren't good reasons. She was a partner of John Schulman in Jabberwocky. John Schulman, I reported for suspected postal fraud. And his gang drove me out of town by claiming that I was a reckless van driver when I was an infuriated passenger who quit the job over the incident. My father, by the way, was a school bus driver. He wanted to make sure that black children and white children made it to school. So he drove a school bus in retirement. He had a Rolls Royce, but he was more proud of that school bus driver job. The Rolls Royce was purchased as an inside joke to fulfill a promise he had made to his mother to ride a Rolls someday. Is that any reason to be suspicious? She went to Ellis. She was a valedictorian. Well, Ellis is where the man who partnered John Schulman came from. Both of them, after driving me out of Pittsburgh and getting people to say I was spreading rumors about distinguished persons who stole my stamp collection, by the way, my father's stamp collection. My father and uncle collected stamps and gave them to me. Nope. Is that what you said? Nope. There's no reason. John Schulman was busted in an $8 million museum heist. It's in Smithsonian. Is that some reason Seattle should apologize for not letting me go to school? Is that some reason why Seattle should apologize for getting Shannon Harps killed by refusing to investigate the gang that warned them was going to kill her? Nope. Is that what you said? Nope. Poisoning me in the mouth? Nope. For stalking me with HIV and giving me Parkinson's, terrorizing me, night and day, poisoning me in the eyes, a deaf man? Nope. That's what you said, right? Nope. Nope. There's no reason to be concerned about that. Nope. Why? Because Leslie's virginity proves rape. I mean, it's a case closed. Clint Eastwood said case closed. Ronald Reagan said case closed. Robert Fripp said case closed. Leslie's virginity proves rape, queerball. Case closed. So we don't need to hear about revenge for Auschwitz being already on the books in 1994. What we're going to do is we're going to make a pitch for Ono and Jeffin that they are the holy innocents, and they and all sacred pennies belong to them to distribute among their cronies. And anybody who believes otherwise is going to be ripper murdered at Seven Hills Park like Shannon Harps was over the penny line of John Schulman in Seattle Clubhouse, because it's all about money. Did I hear you say, yup, Viney? You said, yup, it's all about money. Yup. And these rivals who kept me out of school because they said I was wrong about my research project, which amounted to basically wanting to put Reagan in the index of books about Hitler in Hollywood, where he belonged. And I scoured the Android zone, discovered he was working with the man who made the first use of the burning cross for the KKK, Birth of Nations. They made his wartime films full of pro-Axis symbolism. Nope. Yup. Yup or nope. Well, these rivals not only weighed off with my fiance using a neuroplasm that they implanted by claiming virginity proves rape. Yup, nope, yup, nope. They made twice as much money as me even waiting tables. I was deaf. I had to wash dishes, 2 full-time dishwashing jobs to keep up with them in Acadia National Park. What was I doing there to begin with? Why did the Society of Human Ecology and Jackson Immunolabs lure me there? For Joseph Goebbels, the Black Panthers. Zell, the Black Panthers. The honorary, the Black Panthers. The honorary, the sacred, the African ancestor symbols like the swastika. What was I doing there? I was lured there. Well, whatever I was doing there, I was washing 2 full-time dishwashing jobs to keep up with these rivals who refused to ripper murder me, to poison me in the eyes, They've given me Parkinson's. They will tell on me if I'm late to an appointment. They don't want to pay me for my work and my injuries. Nope. Nope. Loud and clear, nope. They made twice as much money as I did working half as hard at menial labor. And guess what their magnanimity is? It's chivalry for a pimp job they set up. Oh, God's is not their fight, they say. Lighting a Muslim girl on fire in a Canadian library, that's not their fight, that's not chivalry. Protecting her isn't chivalry. Chivalry is pulling a pimp job so you can get the symbol of life in a two virgins Obama, Jeff, and Pussy ball game. That's chivalry, yes. Yup.